Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Walker, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about my BIPOC experience. So, BIPOC stands for Black Indigenous Person of Color, and it's supposed to encompass many people groups, including the Latine group, the Black group, which could be African American, could be West Indian, could be Jamaican, and other groups, including our Asian and Pacific Islander groups. So, I identify as Black, and I have other heritages as well, but the most salient heritage that I have is African, if you would. So I go by Black on the cards when we have to check the box as to what are you, I guess you would say. And a lot of things people will assume based off of what they see of me when they first meet me. So when people first walk into my office, they probably notice that I'm Black, that I present as male, and that I am pretty tall. I'm 6'1". Even though I'm sitting now, you can't really tell my height, but I'll just tell you I'm pretty tall. And there are stereotypes that come with those things. For example, because of my height, I'm often in the grocery store and people ask me, "Hey, could you reach that thing that's way up there?" I just say, "Sure, no problem. Let me do it." But when they ask if I played basketball in high school, I tell them, "Nope, I was not athletic until college." So, similarly, as a Black male, I'm sure that there are things that are assumed about me by my patients that I see that I am more than likely not aware of, but at times I can perceive it based upon our interactions during an appointment. For example, I can perceive at times that people consider me to be someone whom they need to question, like this. "How long have you been doing this again?" Or they might be like, "How old are you?" Or something of that nature, in an attempt to see, I think, if I know what I'm doing. And, the clinical doctorate on the wall should be enough to tell people that, hey, I know what I'm doing. But for others, we talk about my experiences, my research history, and the different places I've worked at and the different environments that I have thrived in. And we go through that list and we finish our appointment together. And by the end of the appointment, they understand that I am indeed qualified for what I'm here to do. Oftentimes, as a person of color in healthcare, specifically in audiology, I feel as though I have to prove myself to people. I have to prove my abilities and my competence in the field of audiology. There are times, again, that it's worth it to kind of tell people about my background. And then there are other times where it's just not really worth it. I'll just let my work speak for itself. Oftentimes with others, they may feel as though I am not in the position that I am in. For example, when people first come into an appointment with me, they're like, sometimes, "Are you a technician? Or are you a student? Or, what is your title?" And even though I tell people I am Dr. Matt Walker, they will still sometimes call me Matt or Matthew. And, I let it go. It's all right. But for me, using my title in the workplace is a form of respect, not just for me and the countless hours, days, nights, blood, sweat, tears that I've spent in the field and in training and in learning, but it also reverences those ancestors who have come before me, upon whose shoulders I stand, who did not have access to education like I did. For example, I honor the memory of one of my grandfathers who only had a third grade education, and he had to work to take care of his family. He wasn't allowed the same chances for education as maybe other people were allowed. But he took care of his family. He did what he could. He made sure that my own mother had the funds that she needed to be able to attend college and to attend graduate school. And then, of course, my mother and father raised me and my brothers. And I'm grateful to say, and I know that it's a place of privilege, and I want to honor everyone's place. I'm honored to say that my brothers and I have all been afforded the wonderful opportunity to attend college. And through those collegiate experiences, we have been allowed to become examples for other young people who identify, as Black, Indigenous, people of color, any of these people groups. And that's something I really enjoy about being a Black healthcare professional, being a Black audiologist, is that I have the opportunity to let my light shine, if you will, not only within the field, but for people like you, high school students and parents. You're on this journey together to try to figure out what is the best route, the best journey for you for a career. And I would just like to sum this up by saying, whatever your career is, know that you are bringing with you all that you are into your workplace. And your identities will be present with you as well. Not saying that you have to be extremely personal with your people that you'll see at the workplace in whatever work environment you'll be in, but just saying that people will sometimes stereotype you and sometimes think things about you that you have not presented to them, whether that's positive or negative. But be the absolute best that you can be and just show them who you are through your work. Everything else will take care of itself. All right. Thanks so much for allowing me to share my experiences with you. I hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to seeing many of you along your journey. And I'd love to see where you end up. Maybe some of you will end up crossing paths with me. So please have a fantastic day, and we'll see you later.